What up, boys
Well,
and girls?
welcome back. Gosh, I missed it. I've said this like a million times, but I missed it.
Missed it indeed.
It's early in the morning. Sorry if we look kind of tired.
We are kind of tired.
A little bit, just a wee bit.
Just a wee bit. Hey, show them the new member. We've got a new member of the One Shalom. And
This
his
is
name
one of the. This is one of the
is-
reasons that we had to take a little bit of time off. Everybody meet Raven,
Raven, bro. He's so
the main
small.
man. Raven. He's tiny.
Usually he'd be giving you kisses right now.
He would. He's like.
He's a little tired.
He's really tired. Well, we had a rough night last night.
Oh.
Probably his first rough night ever.
Oh, buddy.
Which is crazy because we've had him for almost 2 weeks and he slept through almost every night, except for last night. For some reason, he woke up around 11 p.m. He went to bed with Kaylin at like 8:30 because she went to bed mega early yesterday. And he went to bed with her, and then he woke up around 11 p.m. and had like the zoomies until about 2 in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And so I think that he is really tired right now.
He regrets those
Dude,
zoomies.
He'll literally.
Dude.
If I held him here, we took him to young adults on Monday night because a lot of people wanted to meet him.
Yeah.
And there was a point in time where we were doing Bible study, so I wasn't like up front teaching or anything. So I was like sitting, and there was a point in time like during the Bible study we were doing our roundtable discussion. I had him like right here, and he was just asleep, and I was like holding him like this as I was talking.
That's a whole kid, bro.
He is, bro. He acts like one. Here, I'm gonna see if I can like hold him up a little bit so people can see how small he is.
Yeah. For those watch or listening.
I mean, he's a tiny guy.
Raven is a dog.
He is. They say poodle terrier mix. I don't see an ounce of poodle in him whatsoever.
Yeah, I don't see any poodle.
I think he is so I looked up, or I was just kind of like doing some research, and my grandparents had, what are they called? Oh my gosh, what's the word? Like, I can't think of the dog breed now. But my grandparents had one growing up, and he kind of reminds me of her, at least what she looked like.
You guys look alike, bro.
What?
You guys look alike.
We look alike? Yeah, we do. Dude, here's what's so funny about him. So he is like all black, except for his little white patch under his chin.
Yeah. He's got
a little white patch on his chest.
And he's got some chest hair, goatee.
This is my favorite part. His back two paws.
Oh, that's cool.
There's white patches.
That's cool.
But not on his front two paws. It's funny. But they showed me at the shelter a picture of his mom. And she's like a white Pomeranian.
What the heck?
Is what she looks like. So I think he's like a mixture of a couple different breeds, honestly. Yeah. But he's not supposed to get very big. Are you, buddy? He's a little camera shy, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Do you see yourself? I think it's freaking him out.
Oh, buddy. You see your uncle?
Yeah, this is
Say
Uncle
hi to
Hayden.
all your fans.
Say hi to the One Shalomies. Hi, One Shalomies. He's so tired. He's like, put me down, please. Here, buddy. He's just gonna probably go to sleep right next to me. Dude, I'm kind of amazed he hasn't pooped in here yet. Because he's been in the podcast room 3 times, and all 3 times he's immediately ran to the carpet and pooped.
No way.
I don't know why. Something about this room has made him want to poop on the carpet. But,
that's valid. Every time I go in there, I want to poop on the carpet too.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well,
sorry, I have to answer a text really quickly. Once more, this is the last one I got to answer.
I forgive you. But, gentlemen, yeah, we've done a lot since the last time we filmed, and we knew we were going to take a little break because of various things. Like I went to Dallas on a work conference, and you got a dog, and just variable things played into it. But it feels good to be back.
Yeah,
it feels good to be here. We picked our date that we're going to start filming. And we're going to film ahead because I'm leaving for Wyoming in 2 weeks.
That's so cool.
And so we'll film ahead for that week because I won't be here. But yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun, dude.
That's so cool.
I know you know this, but the fans don't know this. That I got in Dallas. We were at a conference, and I got to sit down with JP, Jonathan included, the
legendary.
he's inspired me to start the podcast, and so it's just like it was really cool to meet him. We got to have like a 20-something minute conversation. It's pretty awesome.
That's so cool. Is it true he's like 7 foot tall?
Dude, he's massive.
Everybody says he's like super tall. Well, we saw him at Passion like in like 2024, but we were so high up, you can't really tell.
Yeah, you can't tell. Yeah, he's
but
massive.
I just hear, here he's huge. That's so cool though, and I'm glad you got to make that connection, and hopefully he comes on our podcast one day.
Bro, I was fangirling so hard.
Dude, Kalen, listen, I love Jonathan Pokluda. He's like in my circle of pastors that I listen to a lot.
Yeah.
But like that is Kalen's like primary guy that she listens to.
Yeah.
She was so jealous in
really?
a good way. But like when I was showing her, she was like about to cry and like wishes that she was there. And I was like, listen, if we get him on the pod, I promised her that she can come talk to him for a little bit if we get him on the pod.
Of course. Him and Matt Chandler are my two guys I listen to a lot.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of Chandler, a lot of Johnny Artavanis nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been listening to Gavin Ortland a ton, but not really preaching, just his like YouTube videos. I don't really listen to it. I mean, he does preach. I don't think he's like full-time pastoring anymore. I don't
think so.
But he used to, and so a lot of his sermons are still like uploaded, and he's good at preaching too. But I just prefer his like he's my prime. I told my dad this yesterday. He's my favorite like living theologian.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's like a true theologian, which I think is awesome.
Agree. Yeah, he's pretty awesome.
But yeah. But I mean, there's a million more guys that I haven't named right now. But yeah,
that's pretty cool. I think it's pretty awesome. Like, so blessed that I get to say I've talked to like the two like people I listen to the most.
I know you got to
I gained so much, especially like early on in my walk, so much knowledge from.
Oh yeah, I like BSO. I don't listen to it as much now. I really need to listen to it more. But I used to listen to BSO like every week.
Yeah, me too.
Speaking of like getting to meet people, Noah a couple weeks back went to Nashville for his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And so he went to Stonebridge where Johnny Artavanis is the pastor.
Yeah.
And he literally walked in right next to Johnny Artavanis and didn't say anything to him.
What? Was he too scared?
He said he was too nervous, and Johnny was talking to somebody else. I was like, I don't care. I mean, obviously, I'll wait till the conversation is like, over. I'm not going to interrupt, but I'm not passing up that moment.
Yeah. Do you know Chuck Norris?
Rest in peace.
Yeah. Wait. That's actually hilarious.
Chuck Norris, the action star. No. That's what I'm thinking of. Who are you thinking of?
Dude, I'm having a brain fart. What's his name? Yo, this is actually crazy.
I don't know. Chuck Norris is the guy who has all the jokes. Like when Chuck Norris does a push-up, he's pushing the world down, or like whatever the, all the Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Chuck Norris got bit by a snake. After 3 days of agony and pain, the snake finally died. That's like funny. All the Chuck Norris stuff. Yeah, I know. Chuck Swindoll. That's the only Chuck in ministry I can think
Charles
of.
Swindoll.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chuck Swindoll. That's who I'm thinking of.
Did you meet him?
I did get to meet him, yeah.
What? Yesterday. Did you say yesterday?
No, at the same conference. He came and spoke. But he is like one of the. That's actually so funny. I said Chuck Norris, but
Chuck Norris spoke at that conference. That would be awesome too.
That would be awesome. Rose from the dead.
But actually, I think he was alive when you were at that conference at that time.
No, he died.
Oh, he had died. Okay.
Yeah, but it was really cool to hear him talk. He talked. It's just like so crazy because he's 92 or 91.
Yeah,
and he was still so knowledgeable and like still was so like a lot of people that old like aren't fully there. He was fully there, and he was recounting things in his past and stuff, and taking us through things. So like it's just crazy to see him still remember those things. It was really sick. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, I've listened to him a couple times. I have a book by him, but my dad, he was super influential for my dad.
Really,
like coming up in the 90s, like Chuck. I think he had a radio, like he was on the radio.
Yeah, he was on the radio.
Mm-hmm. And my dad would listen to him preach on the radio.
That's really sick.
And I've heard Matt Chandler say the same thing because my dad and Matt Chandler are like pretty close in age.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think Matt Chandler's a little younger than my dad, but
Yeah.
But like he impacted a generation that it's kind of cool because I think he impacted the generation that's now impacting us. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's a huge, like we owe a lot to Chuck Swindoll or Charles
yeah.
Swindoll. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Those are like
you
the
were
two
away at the conference.
surprise speakers, and then Shane and Shane was a guest.
That's insane,
worship.
dude.
Isn't your dad really like Shane and Shane?
My dad loves Shane and Shane.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like Shane and Shane as well. My dad has, I think he's got either a vinyl or a CD of Shane and Shane. When I was growing up, I think it was a CD that when I was a little younger, it was one of their first CDs they ever put out.
Mm-hmm.
We used to, back when CDs were a thing.
Yeah.
And cars, we used to rock that CD all the time. But yeah, man, oh, stop it. My computer's trying to update for some reason. No, I wish I could say I had as much fun as you were talking about.
Oh, I bet you did.
Well, I mean, I have been since school ended.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
But, I mean, dude, finals week, listen, I'm going to share something on the podcast because I want to be vulnerable and I want to warn people of something. Okay. Do not do what I did.
Don't do it.
Okay. So there was a class, history. I don't think I'll ever forget this class till the day I die. History 447, Culture and British Empire, or History of Culture and British Empire.
Okay.
Okay. So it's essentially British culture and then how it was affected by the British Empire. From like the early 1500s, like we talked about the Reformation actually, which is pretty cool.
That is sick.
Early 1500s to like present day. Okay. And it was an asynchronous online class. If you know what asynchronous means, it means that you work at your own pace. You might be able to tell where this is going.
Yeah.
Starting in January, you have access to the entire class.
Right.
Until the day of the last day of finals. That's when the classes due.
Yeah.
Okay. You just have to have all the coursework completed by that day. I want to take a bet when I started the class.
When's it in?
So it ended on May 6th was the final day of it.
May 5th.
No, I wasn't that crazy. I started it on April 7th.
Oh, okay.
As 15 discussion posts and 3 5-paragraph essays. Now, no, sorry, not 5-page essays. 3 5-page essays.
Okay.
Now, you may be saying, oh, that doesn't sound too bad. It wasn't. The discussion posts were easy. They only had to be like 500 words.
Yeah.
I've done worse. The essays,
I
put those off until May 4th.
All 3 of them?
All 3 5-page essays. So on top of all my other finals coursework, I spent on the night of May 5th, I was up till 4:30 in the morning.
Yo.
Writing papers.
Does that even count? Because you were
it was sorry. It was May 4th going into May 5th. The last day was May 6th.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So
4 a.m.'s crazy.
Turned all the coursework in. Comes back. I got a B in the class. A.
That's good. That's good in my books.
I'll take it. I got a B on all the essays.
Hey.
It was like an 83, 85, 88 was like my 3 essays.
That's good for me.
So I ended up, Kaylin was so mad at me. She was like, you can't keep doing this. She's like, it's going to come back to bite. You're going to fail this class. And then when I told her I got to be in the class, I was like celebrating. And she was like, I still don't endorse the behavior of putting that. So I would agree too. Do not do that to yourself. If you're going in, I know we have a lot of young adult listeners, a lot of that are maybe still in high school or maybe just graduated high school.
Yeah.
If you're going into college, do not do that.
Don't do it.
That is a horrible idea.
I'm going to do it.
You don't do it either because you're also still in school.
I'm going to do it.
But finals was awful, but I got through it. And I did, actually, grade-wise, this was crazy. I had my best semester since I've been in SIU.
Really? Fire. 1 year left, bro.
Yeah. I had 2 A's and 4 B's, which I'm normally usually a pretty flat B student.
Yeah.
Since I've got to college, it's kind of the way it shakes out. But yeah, I've ended up, I had 2 A's and 4 B's, and I was really thinking that this semester, I thought I was on the verge of failing a couple classes,
Really?
and I didn't. I guess I never was. I just in my brain was worried about it. But all that to say, finals like the 2 or 3 weeks leading up to that, kind of while you were at your conference, I think. When were you at that conference? I'm losing like timeline in my brain.
Like probably like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so probably about my finals week or the week before.
Yeah.
I was like drained. Like I don't know if I ever felt that exhausted in my life. Like I think the day after my finals, I slept for like 13 hours that night. I just like crashed.
I don't blame you.
But anyway, so then the last couple weeks have been great. I've just been working. I picked up a lot of shifts, and then also I've kind of just been hanging out, getting some stuff done at the church.
Yeah.
And
what's up?
Yeah, it's pretty much about it.
Well,
taking care of he's gone. He's like curled up in a ball next to me. I would pick him back up, but he's so asleep. That...
I have a topic idea for today. Okay. One that's kind of fun, one that's kind of controversial. One that I think many people are interested in and need to hear, especially with things that have been coming out recently.
Okay. I hope we're thinking the same thing.
Well,
you say it first.
They have released files over UFOs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I wasn't thinking that, but that's a good one. We should.
What are you thinking of?
I thought we were going to talk about Paul, because all the like evangelicals have been attacking Paul and being like, let's remove Paul from the Bible.
Why, bro?
Because people don't like that their sins being called out.
For real.
Anyway, that's your episode on Paul.
Yeah, we'll do another episode.
Right there. That's our conclusion. People don't like their sins being called out. So anyway, UFOs. Yeah.
So like, I think a good episode idea that we could talk about briefly for the little time we have is,
I agree.
What is what do we say about aliens? Are aliens real? Like, is there a extraterrestrial being out there? And if so, what is it? Or what does the Bible say about it? Is it contradictory? Is it like, what is it to Scripture?
Yeah.
Because I think as a Christian, like, that's a difficult question to wrestle with, and especially as a new Christian, someone asking you that question, and even like veteran Christians, if I should say that, like, that's, if someone asks you, like, that's a difficult question to ask.
Oh yeah.
And so I think we spent some time on there. We got 13 minutes left or whatnot. So let's
yeah, I'm cool with that. Hold on a second. So I feel like there's been a couple prevailing thoughts on aliens.
Sure.
As far as Christians go, there are some Christians that believe that if aliens are real, then that is a nail in the coffin of Christianity. They believe that we'd have to make exception with the atoning work of Jesus. And they just kind of believe that, I don't know, that they're essentially that Christianity could be false if aliens are real.
Right.
I don't believe that. I can just tell you that much. Another prevailing thought is that aliens are real and they've always existed, and God, I've heard a couple theologians argue that God's, through his son Jesus on the cross, that atoning work was universal for the entire universe, and it just took place on Earth, and it was still atoning for everybody else. And then the question usually gets raised, well, then how do those other planets, or how do life form on other planets, hear about Jesus? And I would say, I don't know, maybe God gave them divine knowledge. Maybe God allowed them to know, or gave them a text. I don't know. It's crazy to talk about it, because I feel so like it just, even though I think that there is a chance that there are really aliens, I don't stake my claim in it. I don't know.
Right.
And, those files, I think the more people I think dove into them, I think they're a little more vague than people were expecting. And when we say life forms, I think that's usually kind of a loose term.
Sure.
But, if there is life on other planets, I trust that my God is big enough to save them. I mean, if I am of the thought that it doesn't really hinder Christianity at all.
Sure.
if aliens are to be true. But I do understand where those theologians are coming from that say, because then we have to do a little bit more gymnastics to kind of figure it out, at least.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think I think personally that aliens are not real. I think that they are demonic beings that we are visibly seeing. Some angelic
very
as well.
Yeah,
I think it's a mixture of both, but I think most of the time it's demonic beings that we are physically seeing. Because, like, if you think about it, a demon doesn't want to be known. Like, that's the last thing it wants to be. It doesn't want you to know that it's a demon.
Right.
And so what is it going to do? It's going to take form of something that doesn't look like a demon. It's going to be take form of something to trick you into thinking it's something that it's not. And so especially like where our world's at right now with the files, like even before the files, and just who people are and what we've done and what we've said in movies and everything. Yeah. And what movies have said and everything. Like why wouldn't they take form of aliens? I think it makes sense. And so that's what I personally think it is. I also wrestle with, like Genesis saying that we are created in the image of God. I wrestle with.
I think if there is truly other life form, and this is philosophy mode. I'm now kind of not setting aside theology, but I'm going into metaphysical philosophy mode. If there is other life form, and we know that God is imago Dei, or we are imago Dei, creation created in the image of God, I think we would have to acknowledge that they are also imago Dei. So I don't think if it's truly other life form, and this can kind of maybe aid to that idea of, demonic being or angelic being.
Yeah.
If it is truly other like human life form, that type of thing, I think it would look a lot like us. Yeah. Honestly.
I think
there might be some distinct differences, and obviously other planets have different climates. So they would like physically have to be a little bit different.
Right.
But I still think that have you ever heard, I forget the exact philosophical problem that they call it, but it's the one about the ship, where if you take a ship apart and then start putting it back together, at what point is it a ship again? You ever heard that?
Yeah, I've heard.
If you have a wooden ship, you take it apart piece by piece. At what point is it not a ship now? But then if you start putting it together on the other side, what point is it a ship?
Yeah.
I feel it's kind of the same way for those. Let's just for a second pretend that like they are real. If that's the case, at what point do we consider them like imago Dei, or do we consider them as our equal?
Yeah.
At what point are we saying like, oh no, they would fall under the umbrella of people that need Christ? You know what I mean?
It's a good question.
I don't know if that makes any sense, but
it's hard to really like define. Then it gets into the philosophical question of like what makes a person a person.
Exactly. Yeah. Would they have souls? Would they even have souls?
Yeah, exactly.
Because just because we're made in the image of God doesn't necessarily mean we have to have a soul. God graciously gave us a soul. And like Augustine and Aquinas, both those guys spend loads of time talking about souls.
Right.
I will say, and I do sympathize with those that may believe in aliens or may think that they are real, because it is a big universe.
Oh yeah.
Like we have scientific. It is kind of hard to believe that we would be the only thing here. I think that would be.
Well, I think scientifically, like, it's dumb not to think that there's anything else out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, from a perspective of our end, like being Christians and understanding Scripture, then there's like a messy line.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like I'm gonna say, like I very well believe that there could be aliens out there, and that does not hinder anything within Scripture. That in no way, shape, or form like disqualifies what Scripture says or the Christian belief. The only thing that would ever do that, there's nothing that could, besides one thing, and that's the fact that if Jesus didn't rise again 3 days later, but yet we know he did, and we believe that. And so therefore everything after that, like, we understand that our God's a big God. Our God is omnipresent, omnipotent. He is all powerful. He is all knowing. He can do all things. And I think there being a life form on another planet is small compared to what he could do and what he has done. And so, like, if that happens in the future where it's confirmed and we see and we hear aliens, like, that doesn't disqualify Christianity. That just shows how big our God really is. And so,
I echo that as well.
Yeah. So don't like believe those lies that it disqualifies Christianity, because it doesn't. Yeah. It just proves how big our God is even more.
I would say that I err on your side about it being demonic or angelic beings.
That's what I personally believe.
Yeah, I think specifically if they're walking here on Earth, I think that's what it would be. As far as other planets, I'm curious to know kind of the theological viewpoint. I've not done too much study on it, honestly.
Yeah, this was kind of off the rip, guys.
Yeah. It didn't worry me as much when all that stuff was coming out. Yeah. Mostly because I would say that I think there's also a really good chance that those files are fabricated to get us to not focus on some of the other things that are happening right now.
Yeah.
That's a whole other topic. But I think, and that's like that's not super conspiracy-y, but still, I think it's very convenient when those files came out. As opposed to, the rest of the world. But I'm curious if, like, theologically, what would we say about an angel or a demon being able to be on another planet? Like, what would we say about? I mean, would we say it's out of the realm of possibility? Like, if they're claiming that they found evidence of a life form on, I don't know, say Mars,
right?
Is it? Well, Pardon me. Sorry. Once again, we've talked about this before, though. Just because something's a life form doesn't mean it's worth saving. Like, for example, do we think like birds are going to be in heaven? Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, right.
Aquinas actually was huge on this. He doesn't believe that animals have souls. We talked about souls. Aquinas is going to say that. Now, granted, I have a different viewpoint on this. I don't think animals have souls per se, but, like, for example, like Raven, this dog, he doesn't need saving.
Right.
He's never sinned per se. He doesn't have the capacity to be able to rebel against God. He doesn't even know who God is. He barely knows who he is. You know what I mean? But I think, and Billy Graham was asked that question by a little girl one time, asked if her dog was going to be in heaven with her. And Billy Graham, I think he handled it really well. He said, well, does your dog make you happy? Does your dog bring you joy? And she said, yes. And he said, then I don't see why not. So I could see, with dogs, and I know this has opened up a whole other can of worms. We're talking about heaven now. But, like, with dogs or cats or, different animals, I could see them being in heaven just because God uses those animals on earth to give us joy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So why would he not in heaven? But, like, for example, with Mars, a lot of what they claim to have found on Mars is like a water-based life form.
Yeah.
What, like, if it's like a tiny little, like, speck that's just kind of full of water and it moves around on Mars, are we even going to call that an alien? You know what I mean? Like, I hate to be that way, but
I mean, scientifically, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But here's my thing. I'm like, you're asking, like, can demons and stuff, like, can they go to other planets? Like what we say.
That's the first question.
I would think, like, if humans can, why can't demons,
Fair point.
Like, if we make it to Mars, which we made it to Moon, well, theoretically, we say we made it to the Moon, could have been fake. I don't know. But
I actually think we went to the Moon.
I think we actually did. But if we say make it to Mars, I don't see why there's any reason why demons can't,
Yeah.
But there's also, like, they roam the earth like a lion, seeking to kill or steal, kill, and destroy. Like, talks about the earth, talking about the land, I should say.
Yeah.
And so,
I mean, it's wildly fascinating.
It is.
And it's really, really cool. I don't think Christians should be scared of it.
No.
If that makes any sense. Like I know like some guys that I respect are kind of saying like, hey, if this is true, you know, we really got to do some reassessing. And I would just say I think I'm in a little more hopeful camp that my God is bigger than an alien. You
Oh
know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
I think ultimately I can resort myself back to that, you know, because I know that the saving work of Jesus, the loving Father that I have in God, and the Holy Spirit that resides within me, I know that that is true. I know it. You know, I'm 100% convinced. There's no deconvincing me.
Right.
So now that I know that truth, like I said, I don't think that there's anything that God is, well, one, taken by surprise with, but two, can't handle. You
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's blatantly stated that we are not to fully understand everything, and we're not given the knowledge of everything, and that's for a reason. Because we're not worthy of it, and we don't need it. And thanks be to God for it.
amen.
And so just like live with that reassurance, and like, you know, I'll finish like this is the final statement on this is that what I believe now is I think that the so-called aliens are demonic beings, some angelic, that we have visibly seen. However, if there are aliens out there and they're not demonic, how, like, praise be to God. Our God is big.
Yeah.
You know,
Amen.
don't be scared of it. Don't be like worrisome or in denial of Christianity as a whole, or denial of Scripture. Like, our God is big and He is mysterious, and
Amen.
there are things that we don't understand or fully comprehend, and that's okay. That's just one of these things, you know.
That's right. Yeah, it's
fun thing to talk about though. Like,
very fun.
It's so interesting.
Very, very fun. Yeah. And also, if you watch Project Hail Mary,
oh my gosh, great movie.
I hope that Rocky's out there. If there is
great
aliens.
movie,
I hope he's out there. That was an unbelievable movie.
It's probably my favorite movie since Interstellar.
That's honestly not even a bad take. That's a great. That's
like, I think it's the best movie of our last decade.
I actually preferred it to Interstellar, and I've watched it twice.
Interstellar is my favorite movie.
Well, that's fair. I even went back and watched Interstellar, and I still think I prefer Project Hail Mary.
Really, Hail Mary is in my top 4.
Well, when I watched it, you know, when I watched Project Hail Mary the first time, I was like, okay, like that was unbelievable. I gave it a 5-star on Letterboxd.
Oh, so did I.
And then I was like, but then I realized I don't have Interstellar at a 5-star. I have it at a 4.5.
Really?
And there's one reason for it, and I'll get to it in a second.
Yeah.
But as I was watching Project Hail Mary, I was like, man, this is so good. This is the best space-based movie I've ever seen. And then I was like, well, what about Interstellar? So then I watched Interstellar again, and I was like, wow, so good. Still have it at a 4.5. Then I was like, maybe Project Hail Mary is not a 5. And so then I went and saw it again with Kaylin, and I was like, no, this movie's a 5-star.
It's so
this movie's
good.
Unbelievable. Also, Ryan Gosling is my favorite actor of all time. So that also could have something to do. Yeah.
Wow.
That could have something to do with it.
He's in my top 5.
I've watched almost all of his work. Like, there's only like 3 Ryan Gosling movies I haven't seen.
Yeah.
Like on his Letterboxd. But yeah, I love Interstellar. I love Interstellar. My only thought with Interstellar is that I really, really think that the whole Matt Damon storyline,
that's every movie with
should have been cut out. Should have been cut out of the movie the whole time.
Yeah,
I think it was useless, and I think it actually hurt the plot.
Really?
That's my only opinion on. That's my hot take. That's why I don't have it as a 5-star. Usually, there's no such thing as a perfect movie. You know what I mean? I think Good Will Hunting is the closest thing we have to it. I don't think it's perfect. Like I've said this a million times. I hate the fight scene in Good Will Hunting. It looks so corny, right? But like certain things I can get past. But when something is like detrimental to the plot, that's when I usually have to bump it down 5 stars.
Yeah,
or bump it down from a 5-star. But other than that, I love Matthew McConaughey. That guy, he's unbelievable in that movie. And
yeah, he's my third favorite actor, second favorite actor.
I know it's like cliche to say this, but the scene when he's watching the tapes and he's like crying is one of the most emotional scenes I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's one of the best cinematic masterpieces of our time.
Like you're watching a guy witness his kids grow up through tapes,
Yeah.
And it's like the hardest thing. It's like the saddest. Phenomenal. Oh, and he's so good. How did he not win an award for that movie?
It's unbelievable.
Like, Matthew McConaughey is unbelievable in that movie.
I know. It's probably his best movie, in my opinion.
Speaking of Matt McConaughey, I just watched True Detective for the first time. It's on HBO Max. I will warn you, it's graphic at some parts. I had to skip through some of the stuff for nudity's sake. But that show is unreal.
Really?
Heavily recommend. But it's an anthology, so the cast changes every season.
Yeah.
But the first season is Matthew McConaughey and Woody Harrelson. Oh. And they're two detectives down in Louisiana trying to solve a killing spree. True Detective.
Okay.
I'm serious. It's Matthew McConaughey's character. First off, I will tell you, he is everything that we would preach against on this podcast, though. He's like a nihilist atheist who just hates the world. But he's so cool. He's so cool.
Don't be Matthew McConaughey in there. That's the lesson.
Don't be Matthew McConaughey in that show. But he's so cool. He sits and he just smokes cigarettes and he just talks philosophy. I'm like, this guy's awesome. Pretty sick. Other than being an atheist. This guy's awesome.
To end this podcast today, we're gonna list off our top 4 movies just because we're talking about it.
Deal.
The top 4 of our list. I'll start. Number 1 being Interstellar. Absolute masterpiece. Number 2, the closest to it, Good Will Hunting. Such a good movie.
My favorite movie ever.
Number 3, Dead Poet Society.
Banger.
Also a phenomenal
Rest
movie.
In peace, Robin Williams.
Robin Williams is probably my second or third favorite actor. He's
my number 3.
He switches with Matthew McConaughey every now and then. And then number 4 is Hail Mary. I'll also finish my top 5 actors. Number 1 is Leo DiCaprio. Number 2 is probably Matthew McConaughey. 3, Robin Williams. 4. See, this is where it gets tricky.
It's tough.
All right, I know 5 is Ryan Gosling, but
Ryan Gosling's so good, bro.
Number 4 is probably Timothée Chalamet.
That's so fair. He's in my top 5 too.
Yeah,
he might end up as the GOAT.
He might.
Timothée Chalamet might. My top 4 movies. Number 1 is Good Will Hunting. It's my favorite movie of all time. I don't think it'll ever be topped. Number 2 is Rocky 1. I love Rocky 1. I think it's the perfect story. And I think that him losing at the end is actually the perfect decision for the movie itself. And I'm glad he wins in Rocky 2.
Well, I was going to say, I think it sets up Rocky 2 so well.
Well, and I think it makes sense for him to lose. I don't want to get on this rabbit trail, but he's a no-name fighter from Philadelphia fighting the world champion. The best part of the film is that he goes the distance with the champ. Yeah. He proves to himself that he can do it, and I just think that that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Number 3 is La La Land, the best Ryan Gosling movie.
I couldn't finish it, bro.
Saddest love story of all time.
I couldn't finish it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's sad.
Well, and then number 4, didn't like it.
Oh, that's a bad take. Horrible take. La La Land is Caden Hawkins' favorite movie of all time. Shout out Caden Hawkins.
Really? I'm not a big musical guy, so it's just tough.
I like musicals, but I don't particularly love them. But that movie is unbelievable. And then number 4, this one is not one that I would expect to really be anybody's top 4. But this movie just means so much to me. It's The Iron Claw.
Dude, that was in my top 4 until I replaced it with Hail Mary.
Well, shoot, I didn't even know that.
It was. It's probably 5 for me.
So
it's genuinely the saddest movie of all time.
It's the saddest movie. Not even close for me. It's the saddest film I've ever watched. Zac Efron is unbelievable in that movie.
That's the best movie he's ever filmed.
He's unbelievable.
It's so we
talk about guys not winning awards. How in the world?
I don't know. He first of all, the effort he put in beforehand to even look the way he did.
Oh my gosh!
And he broke his jaw right before filming that movie.
Yeah, and he carried on still.
But they represented those guys so well in that movie.
And being a huge wrestling fan, I knew the story of the Von Erichs going in. Yeah. I knew that was going to be a tough watch. I watched a documentary called The Von Erich Curse. It's one of the saddest families ever. There was they even cut a brother out of the movie
because
they were scared of just repeated death, over and over again. Of 6 brothers, 1 is alive, and 3 died by suicide.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, anyway, that movie, being a
one
wrestling
drowned
fan,
in a puddle, right? Or not puddle, but
the first one got struck by lightning and fell face down in a puddle and drowned when he was 5 years old.
Yeah, that's the one they cut out, right?
One. Mm-hmm. No, well, technically, they mention him in the movie.
They mention him, but they don't show his death.
Chris, who's actually the youngest Von Erich brother, was bullied so bad by their father because he was so short. He was only like 5'2".
Yeah.
So they were like, "Oh, you can't be a wrestler." So he was bullied so bad by his dad that he killed himself when he was 19.
Wow.
Yeah.
Their dad was a messed up dude. You don't spoil it, but you guys got to watch that movie.
I won't. But being a wrestling fan, that movie just means so much to me. And their depiction of pro wrestling is darn near perfect.
Yeah.
Which I think is really hard to do in film.
Yeah.
There's been a couple movies that have tried. I think the movie The Wrestler with Mickey Rourke is really good. If you like wrestling movies, I think that's a really good depiction as well.
Mm-hmm.
But The Iron Claw is the best that I've seen.
Yeah.
And then my top 5 actors, I can go quick and then we can be done.
Yep.
Ryan Gosling, Brad Pitt, Robin Williams, Denzel Washington, Timothée Chalamet. That's my top 5. Honorable mention, Matthew McConaughey and Philip Seymour Hoffman. If you don't know Philip Seymour Hoffman, look him up. You do know him because he's been in a ton of movies, and he's rest in peace as well. He kind of like Robin Williams died way too early.
Yeah,
but he is a phenomenal actor. But
anyway, well, sick. That was a fun episode.
All right, it was a fun episode.
We'll see y'all next week. Go check out our socials. One.Shalom.
Mm-hmm.
Email us the1shalom@gmail.com. Love to hear from you guys, and be on the lookout for some social media stuff.
That's right.
Love you all. See you next week. Peace out. Bye.